Hello again. I remember the dreadful fuss many years ago at the idea of interracial blood donations. The idea of receiving a donation of black blood was regarded with suspicion by some white people. We were solemnly assured, though, that blood was blood and that it made no difference at all if it came from a black person or a white. It was all the same. This, of course, turned out to be completely untrue, which is why there is currently a drive to find more black blood donors. The numbers of such donors are actually falling. In March 2020, there were 808,000, and 11 months later, this has fallen to 750,000. Black people's blood is different in some ways, very often, from that of white folk. Only 2% of white people have the RO subtype blood group, but 55% of black people have it. There is a shortage of black people willing to have their organs used after death as well, and this is associated too with the blood type. A third of those waiting for kidney transplants are black. I'm curious about this apparent lack of altruism in such matters. Here are genuine ways that black people can save black lives. It may not be as dramatic as taking the knee or chanting that Black Lives Matter, but giving blood is a far more genuine help to other black people. I have heard it said that this is part of a general trend to be reluctant to give time, money or anything else to others freely. People have told me that when volunteers are sought to pick up litter in an area, even one with many black people, then black people won't take part. Organisations which function with volunteers often say much the same thing, that black people do not do voluntary work and will only do stuff for which they get paid. I don't say that this is so, just that many people have told me it and a lot of people believe it. Perhaps viewers know differently and can give examples of black people giving their time freely for others. The lack of organ donors and blood donors from that community is driving the NHS mad, because far more black people die because they don't get an organ in time than white ones, and nobody can quite work out why. Children suffer painful sickle cell crises as well, which could be alleviated by a blood transfusion, but the blood that they need is not being donated by other black people. One aspect of all this which does make me smile a bit is that part of the imaginary black history which crops up on the internet is that the inventor of the first blood bank was a black man called Charles Drew. It seems that this thoroughly false claim for black history is quite sufficient, and that actually donating blood to save others can safely be left to other people.